Bikepacking is a blast, and now with electric bikes, you can go bikepacking but go further, go faster, carry more stuff or just be less fatigued. And compared to bikepacking with the regular bike, some things are the same, some are changed, and there's some additional things you gotta consider too. When looking at what's the same, whether you're on an electric bike or a regular bike, you'll still need to bring all of your bikepacking gear. Here's my full list of everything I bring bikepacking. But I've made videos, one showing what I bring bikepacking, another one how I pack all that on my bike, and then another video of all the options you have of different ways to carry things on your bike. All those videos are in the description down below, to go ahead and check those out. But if you're staying in lodging and not camping, you can cut out all that camping gear from the list and save some weight. So what's changed when bikepacking with an electric bike? You have pedal assist, and some of these bikes even have a throttle. So you can use that electricity and just zip around everywhere. But there are three main things you have to consider when planning. The first is where and how far to go. You should have an idea of how far your bike can go with different levels of assistance over certain terrain. But remember that you're now carrying a fully loaded bike, so you won't get that same amount of distance. So make sure to stay well within the limits of where that bike can travel so that you don't run out of juice. That's all concerning the use of your battery. The next thing you'll have to consider is how to fill it back up, which impacts where you're gonna stay. You either need to stay at a campground that allows you to plug your battery in and charge it up, or stay at a lodging that you can plug it in. Otherwise, you'll have to manage your battery and conserve enough to make it back home, or possibly bring a second one. Now that we've planned how to conserve your battery and how to refill it, the last thing is going to be what kind of trails are actually right for your bike. Make sure that your bike can go on the trails you're planning to go, that it's actually capable of it. And then the second thing, is it allowed there? Because e-bikes aren't allowed everywhere, but the laws are constantly changing. So there's some links in the description that can help you figure out if your bike is actually able to ride on a trail you're planning on going. But I would also recommend checking with your local authorities because they're the experts. Last, all of the additional considerations when bikepacking with an electric bike revolve around the battery. The first is you need to bring this charger with you, else you're gonna run out of juice and not have any way to fill your battery back up. Next is managing your battery efficiently. Use a lower gear and higher cadence, so just spin faster, especially when going up things like hills, because that allows your battery to just last longer. Use lower levels of assist, like 1 or 2 or eco mode on some bikes, because that's generally going to preserve your battery much longer. Turn the assistance completely off or to 0 when going down hills and enjoy the coast. This doesn't mean you have to turn the entire computer off. Usually just lower the assistance until it shows off or 0. Last, consider only using the assistance when you need it, either a big hill or at the end of the day, and that's going to help preserve your battery the longest. That was all battery management. The last thing to consider is charging up the battery. You have to see whether you can plug it in at your campground, maybe sneak into the bathroom, you can charge it there. You can also maybe charge when you're eating throughout the day. And then last, if you're at a lodging, you can just plug it in there. So bikepacking with an electric bike can take you farther, take you there faster and less fatigued, and maybe even help you see the outdoors in a new way. The only thing you really gotta consider is managing the battery, which I think is worth it, and I hope you do as well when you go bikepacking with an electric bike. If you like this video, hit the like button down below, subscribe to REI for a ton more information, and hasta la próxima, mi gente, nos vemos.